There's a quiet murmur inside you, a voice that's been with you from the beginning, perhaps even before birth. It's a subtle yet persistent knowing that the life you're experiencing right now is only a fraction of what's possible. You sense it during stillness. You catch glimpses of it in dreams. You feel it when time seems to loosen its grip and something vast brushes against your awareness. This isn't fantasy. It's your link to the quantum field, the limitless living consciousness that contains every version of you, every outcome, every timeline you could step into. Here's the truth. The version of you who is whole, thriving, radiant, and abundant already exists, not in some far-off future, not after you earn it, but right now, resonating in the field, waiting for you to tune in. This is the essence of quantum jumping. Many misunderstand it. They see it as a mental trick, a visualization game, a way to get things. But the mystics, the teachers, the pioneers like Dr. Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton point to something deeper. You're not separate from the reality you long for. You're already woven into it. The quantum field isn't somewhere out there. It's the very fabric of your being. When you shift your inner state, your thoughts, emotions, energy, you naturally collapse into the timeline that's been waiting for you all along. Bruce Lipton's work shows you're not defined by your genes, your past, or your circumstances. Your biology responds to your environment, and you are the designer of your inner environment. Every thought, every feeling, every belief sends chemical messages through your body, sculpting your cells and your future. Joe Dispenza teaches you can't step into a new reality while feeling like your old self. If you wake up repeating the same thoughts, feeling the same fears, running the same habits, you'll keep recreating the same reality. To quantum jump, you have to break the loop. Here's something sacred. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you emit. Your desires, affirmations, and vision boards are surface-level signals. The true broadcast comes from your embodied state, from the vibration you're holding in your heart, your breath, your nervous system. This is why so many people struggle. They try to think their way into a new life while carrying the emotional imprint of the old one. They desire abundance but vibrate scarcity. They crave love but radiate fear. They hope for health but pulse with doubt. The field can only meet you at your current frequency. So here's the invitation. Go beyond your mind. Drop deeper into the felt sense of your being. Imagine the version of you already living the timeline you want. How does that self feel in their body? What energy flows from them? What choices do they make with ease? This isn't pretending, it's remembering. It's activating the frequency of the self you've always been meant to embody. Pause now, close your eyes if you'd like. Take a slow breath. Feel the current of possibility moving through you. It's always been here, the part of you that knows without proof that more is available, that you're meant for alignment, coherence, expansion. This is the doorway. In the next section, we'll step through it. We'll explore how the quantum field responds to your dominant signal, why biology and consciousness are inseparable, and how to break free from the patterns that keep you tied to old timelines. Ask yourself, are you ready to remember who you really are? If you're still reading, something within you is awake. Maybe you can't name it yet, but you feel the pull, the magnet of a new timeline drawing you forward. This is the call of the quantum jump. The moment you stop waiting for life to change and realize you are the one who changes. Let's go deeper. Quantum jumping is often mistaken for just imagining a new life or wishing for a miracle. In truth, it's collapsing into a higher vibrational reality that already exists within the infinite quantum field. Here's the science. Quantum physics tells us every potential, every version of you, every possible timeline vibrates within a field of infinite energy. You're entangled with those potentials right now. And the key is this. The observer effect shows that what you focus on, what you emotionally invest in, collapses possibilities into a specific reality. In simpler words, your attention plus your emotional state equals the timeline you experience. Joe Dispenza explains this clearly. The quantum field doesn't respond to your wishes or goals. It responds to your energetic signature. So if you keep focusing on what's missing, If you keep feeling lack, fear, frustration, you unintentionally call forth timelines that match those states. Bruce Lipton adds that your biology is shaped not by your genes but by the chemical environment you create with your thoughts and feelings. Your body is listening. It's not just along for the ride, it's co-creating. Put this together and you see, quantum jumping isn't a head game, it's embodied transformation. Picture two versions of yourself. One wakes up and immediately checks their phone, feels anxiety, rehearses old worries. Their body releases stress hormones, their nervous system tightens, and they keep collapsing the same limited timeline. The other wakes with gratitude, tunes into possibility before evidence appears, softens their body, opens their heart, aligns their mind with trust. Their chemistry shifts. Their electromagnetic field changes. The quantum responds with a new reality. Same person. Different vibration, different timeline. Here, what most people miss. Quantum jumping isn't about force, it's about coherence. Coherence means your mind, emotions, body, and energy are in harmony, one clear signal. No contradictions, no inner tug-of-war. Joe Dispenza teaches that coherence activates the heart's electromagnetic power and balances your brainwave patterns. You become a beacon to the field. Bruce Lipton shows that when you shift from survival into growth, trust, openness, your biology opens the door to healing, regeneration, and new expression. So why is jumping so hard? Because most people are chemically addicted to the old self. Their body craves familiar emotions from the past. Their subconscious resists the new because it's unfamiliar. They try to leap with the mind, but the body drags them back. This is why embodiment is essential. To quantum jump, you can't just think about the new timeline. You must feel it, breathe it, walk it, live it. Pause here. Close your eyes if you like. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what timeline have you been feeding unconsciously? What emotional states have you been rehearsing on autopilot? What would it feel like, truly feel like, to stand in the vibration of the version of you who has already leapt? This isn't about forcing change. It's about softening into coherence. It's about remembering that the quantum field is alive, responsive, already reaching for you across the veil. Before moving forward, if this resonates, leave a word in the comments that captures the timeline you're ready to step into: freedom, abundance, health, love, trust, or any word that lights you up. Let it be a declaration, not for me, but for you and for the field that is always listening. Let's go even deeper. By now you see quantum jumping isn't about wishing or visualizing harder. It's about alignment, a vibrational match between who you're being now and the version of you living the higher timeline you seek. But here's the most overlooked truth. The leap isn't external, it's internal. People hear quantum jump and imagine a sudden miracle. But shifts don't happen because the universe changes around you. They happen because you change state, and the universe reflects that new state back to you. Joe Dispenza teaches, when you close your eyes and step beyond your senses, when you leave behind your name, your story, your environment, you enter the quantum field as pure consciousness. From this space, you create. But creation isn't just mental. It's heart, body, energy working as one. You must feel the feelings of the new reality before the evidence. This is where many get stuck. They think abundance while feeling lack. They affirm love while vibrating fear. They picture healing while doubting. The field doesn't respond to mixed signals, it responds to coherence. Bruce Lipton's work shows your subconscious runs 95% of your life. If it's still programmed with "I'm not worthy" or "life is hard," no matter how hard you try consciously, your biology will pull you back. That's why quantum jumping requires reprogramming. How do you reprogram? You don't fight the old, you create the new. Step 1. Enter the state beyond your old self through meditation, breathwork, or focus. Step out of your familiar identity. As Dispenza says, become no one, nowhere, in no time, pure awareness. Step 2. Generate elevated emotions. Don't just think about the new timeline, feel it. How does the leapt version of you feel? Gratitude, freedom, joy, peace. Cultivate those feelings ahead of evidence. Step 3. Embody the frequency. Daily quantum jumps aren't one-time events, they're sustained alignment. Catch yourself slipping into old emotions. Breathe back into coherence. Act from the new state repeatedly. Step 4. Trust the field. Release the how and when. Remember, reality arranges itself around your dominant frequency, not your impatience. Example: 2 timelines. In one, you wake up and immediately worry, check your phone, contract. Even if you try to manifest, you're in survival. In the other, you wake, breathe, connect to your heart, feel your dream life, and walk, speak, decide from that state. You hold it for hours, days, weeks, until it becomes you. Which version does the field respond to? Quantum jumping isn't performance. It's not about faking it. It's remembering and rehearsing a new way of being until your mind, body, and life rewire. Joe Dispenza calls this becoming familiar with the unknown, stepping into uncertainty with excitement. Bruce Lipton calls it changing the signal you broadcast, telling your cells a new story through your chemistry. Pause, breathe, close your eyes. Imagine you've already made the jump. You've aligned with your highest self. What changes in you right now just by entertaining it? Say it out loud: I am ready. You're not speaking to me, you're speaking to your cells, to the quantum. Here's the truth: the leap isn't the end, it's the beginning. Quantum jumping isn't a single moment. It's an ongoing embodiment, a repeated choice to live as the version of yourself who's already crossed into the higher timeline. The danger isn't failing once or twice. It's slipping back into the old timeline, not because it's better, but because it's familiar. Every day presents small doorways where the old and new collide. Doubt, frustration, old habits aren't failures. They're invitations, thresholds. The question is if the new timeline is real. It already is. The question is whether you'll claim it again and again until it becomes your home. To sustain the shift, be intentional about the energy you feed. Every thought, choice, and word is an offering. Are you feeding the old timeline, fearful, small, doubting, or the new one, expansive, trusting, abundant? This isn't about perfection. It's about the vibration you return to, the frequency you strengthen with repetition. The quantum isn't testing you, it's reflecting you. Your power isn't forcing the field, but aligning so fully with your desired self that the field mirrors it back. This is why ritual matters. Not because rituals are magic, but because they anchor your focus, energy, intention. Lighting a candle, speaking an affirmation, taking a conscious breath. These are flags planted in the new timeline, declarations. I live here. Make your life a living ritual. Begin mornings not with autopilot, but with a breath, a remembering. Who am I today? Which self am I feeding? Pause throughout the day to return to presence. A hand on your heart, a whisper of trust. End nights not in worry, but rehearsing the future you've claimed. Thank you for the shift already unfolding. When you're tested, and you will be, remember the test isn't punishment. It's a mirror showing where you're still entangled with the old. It invites you to choose again. You don't fight the old, you feed the new until the old dissolves for lack of energy. You're not just manifesting events. You're manifesting a self, an identity, a way of being. This shift isn't about getting something, it's about being someone. That someone is already alive in you, waiting to be unveiled. Pause, breathe into your chest, your heart, your belly. Notice where you're holding tension or doubt, not to judge it, but to soften it. Say gently, I trust the leap, I trust the shift, I trust the becoming. Feel your energy recalibrate. This is the work. Before we move into the final part of this journey, anchor this energy. In the comments, share one practice, ritual, or commitment you'll use to sustain your leap. Maybe a morning intention, a word, a gesture. Let it be small but real. You've arrived at your edge. Here at this trembling threshold, you can feel it, the pulse of the life you're stepping into. Not the life you wish for or chase, but the life you embody. This shift isn't about adding to yourself. It's about shedding everything that's not you, the fear, the doubt, the inherited patterns. They're not your essence. They're costumes. Now you stand open, ready to dress yourself in the frequency of your true becoming. Quantum jumping isn't chasing outcomes. It's remembering. Remembering that the timeline where you're already whole, abundant, free exists now, in this breath, this moment, this heartbeat. You access it not by forcing, but by surrendering to the truth that you've always been a co-creator. The field responds to you because the field is you. It doesn't test you, it mirrors you. It doesn't withhold, it dances with your vibration. The more you collapse into coherence, when thoughts, emotions, choices, and energy flow as one, the more the quantum rearranges to reflect that state. Here's the secret: the leap isn't once. It's daily, hourly, breath by breath. Each moment is a crossing. Are you choosing the timeline where you shrink, hesitate, apologize, or the one where you rise, claim, and shine without delay? You already have everything you need. Not tomorrow, not after you fix yourself, but now. You're encoded with your highest self signal. All that's left is to tune in, trust it, strengthen it. Let this be your practice. Wake each day not with a checklist for worthiness, but knowing you already are worthy. Walk through your day not as someone trying to manifest, but as someone already manifesting, in your gaze, your words, your softness, your remembering. Return in moments of doubt to your breath, your center, the unshakable truth. You are the portal, the bridge, the key. There's no separation between you and the self you long to meet. That self already lives in your cells, hums beneath your skin, pulses between your thoughts. Pause, breathe. Feel the current of life moving through you, not the life you inherited, but the life you're choosing. Whisper to yourself, I am aligned, I am leaping, I am becoming. This isn't the end of a journey. It's the beginning of a new rhythm, a new home frequency, a new way of living where you no longer wait, bargain, or shrink. You rise, you leap, you sustain. If this journey stirred something in you, if you feel the click, the shift, the quiet, not as a follower but as a co-creator, a fellow traveler here to expand, align, and remember. In the comments, share one word that captures your leap: sovereignty, freedom, love, flow, abundance, or one uniquely yours. Let it be a signal not just to me or this community, but to the field itself. Declare it, anchor it, breathe it into the quantum so it can echo and return magnified. Thank you for walking this path. Thank you for your energy, your presence, your trust. Keep leaping, keep softening, keep becoming. Because you're not here to watch the magic, you're here to be the magic. And when you remember and embody that, the quantum always responds.